Hey, it's Emily and welcome to episode 1 of tbr-mageddon. So I have a humongous TBR. It is in the 300s and that's been fine. That's been fine for the last 2 years. Now I'm kind of getting stressed by it and I kind of just want the TBR to be cut. However, I still want to read nearly every book on there, you know? So this is hopefully going to be a little mini series. It's going to help me get my TBR down, at least into the 200s, please. I need it. But I have this tin and this has every single book I own up until I want to say maybe June, July time. So anything that I've hauled since I haven't updated yet. But I kind of want to use this to get some older books off my TBR. There are some books, as you may have seen from my recent video of the oldest books on my TBR, that have been on here for 9 years. So they need to go either read or unhauled. So I'm going to pick out a book from this tin throughout the video and attempt to read them, and if I don't gel with them, just get rid of them. Unless I really think I'm going to love it at another time. So yeah, got every single book I own up until June. Because I haven't updated this since June, there may be some books in here that I've read or unhauled since, so yeah, I have no clue what we could pick out. Like I said, there's over 300 books on my TBR, so who knows what we could be picking out of here. Things in here range from horrible histories, some pole dark books I haven't read for ages, young adult books, middle grade books, classics, children's classics. There's so much in here, so yeah, I think that is a challenging book. It just flew out and hopefully I don't pick that one out because that's a long one. Okay, so I think we should pick our first book for this video. I'm aiming to do about 2 or 3 in this video, but we'll see how it goes because if I unhaul and DNF loads, then I might squeeze an extra one in, but we'll see. Let's go for this one. I have actually unhauled that book, so this is 5 Feet Apart and I got rid of that over summer. Good start. Let's try another one. Let's go for this one. Okay, so this is The Wingman by Stephanie Archer. I literally last night finished The Fake Out by Stephanie Archer and I'm actually buddy reading The Wingman with Jazz next month. So another one I can't read today, because I have a scheduled buddy read for that one. That's quite funny. Seems I literally finished The Fake Out last night. So let's go for this one. I've unhauled that. I Heart New York. I don't own that anymore. We're just emptying out the jar. Let's go for this one. Follow Me Back. Another one I have unhauled. Right, let's keep going. Twisted. Have I unhauled this one? Yep, I've unhauled that one too, so. Okay, this is going so well. Let's go for this one, a bigger one. The Company of Ghosts, another one I have unhauled. I didn't realise I'd gotten rid of so many of my TBR. Let's just keep going. I'm so sorry, this is probably really boring. So let's pick, whoops. Oh, this one's folded up. This means it's probably been here a while. Burn for Burn. I've read that and didn't like it. Let's go for this one. Okay, so we have our first one that we can read. Absent in the Spring, which is hopefully a short one. It is. It's a tiny little one. It's Absent in the Spring by Agatha Christie, writing it as Mary Westmacott. I don't really know what this one's about. It says a striking novel of truth and soul searching. Returning from a visit to her daughter in Iraq, Joan Scudamore finds herself unexpectedly alone and stranded in an isolated rest house by flooding of the railway tracks. This sudden solitude compels Joan to assess her life for the first time ever and face up to many of the truths about herself. Looking back over the years, Joan painfully re-examines her attitudes, relationships and actions, and becomes increasingly uneasy about the person who is revealed to her. There is actually a quote from Agatha Christie on the back, and it says, "The one book that has satisfied me completely, the book I always wanted to write." So I'm very intrigued by this one. So this is only 215 pages long. It shouldn't take me too long to get through. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll love this because the other 2 Mary Westmacott books that I've read, I've given 5 stars to and cried at. So hopefully I'll love this one. And yeah, I'll give you some thoughts and feelings once I have read this. So I'm about a third of the way through Absent in the Spring. I'm up to page 66. So yeah, about a third of the way through. So far we've met Joan. She's on her way back from Baghdad visiting her daughter who has been ill and has a baby. Now on the way back she bumps into someone from her childhood and she's like, oh, she looks so old, she looks so haggard, like she's had to dye her hair. She can only be like 48 but she looks like an old lady. She's like, oh, I look so good for my age, I look so good. But yeah, she has this chat with this lady and she starts thinking about her life, and this lady that from her childhood made a comment about her husband, and now she's starting to reflect on her life, her decisions and conversations she's had with her daughter, with her husband, that have kind of led her to this point in life, to being this perfect 48-year-old, when actually things aren't necessarily as they seem. She might have kind of been looking at things through like rose-tinted glasses, or aiming for a life that she thought was perfect and wasn't necessarily the happiest option, but she tells herself she's happy. So yeah, it's interesting. Like I said, I'm about a third of the way through. In the meantime, I have also sorted out this tin. It turns out I hadn't actually updated this since February. So I've added everything new in there and shuffled it around. So we've got all the new ones. There's also, this isn't even all of them, but these are the ones I've either unhauled or read. So there's loads. Okay, I've nearly got them all, but all of these I've already read or unhauled. So at least my jar is now accurate and yeah, up to date. I think without further ado, I'm going to continue listening to this while I tidy up, put these all in the bin, sort some laundry out, and yeah, continue listening to Absent in the Spring. I'll continue reading and I'll catch up with you later. So I have just finished, I don't know how I've read it all in one day, but I have finished Absent in Spring by Agatha Christie, and I think I'm going to give it 4 stars, to be honest. I still really enjoyed it. I'm glad I read it, obviously. It just didn't hit me like the others did. Like the others, I actually felt really emotional. I think I cried at both of them, gave them 5 stars. This one I didn't have the same connection to. I found Joan quite irritating, our main character. I mean, that's the whole point, is that she's kind of coming to realise actually she doesn't like herself. Didn't really understand the epilogue though. Yeah, like the epilogue just kind of followed her husband's perspective, and you kind of saw Joan a couple of weeks after she got back, and I don't know. But I still enjoyed it. It was still an interesting read, and yeah, give it 4 stars. I don't know how I read it all today, but it happened. Yeah, I have nothing more to say about it really. Oh, actually I do. Joan reminds me so much of the mum in My Life Next Door. I know they're completely different books, but like Joan's outlook on life and how people should behave really matches the mum's outlook on here, and like Joan's opinions of Leslie and her family, which is another family you get to know, really matches the mum's opinions of the Garretts next door in this. So very different books, very similar people, I guess, similar characters. But yes, as that is our first book done, it's time to pick another one. As I said earlier, I have updated the tin, so let's find out what we're going to be reading next. Could literally be anything. Let's go for this one. No way. No way. Okay. Can you see that? It's a new one. The Final Gambit. Literally my audiobook reservation came in and I was going to read this after this vlog. What are the chances? There's like 300 books in here. 300 books. I am genuinely in shock. Like, I was not expecting that at all. The fact it literally says the final... I'm shocked. But this is the 3rd book in the the Inheritance Games trilogy. So this is the 3rd book in the Inheritance Games trilogy, and I've eaten up the first 2 so far, and I cannot wait to start the 3rd one. Like I said, the audiobook came in like 2 days ago, so I was going to read it like after this vlog anyway. That is mad. That is actually kind of crazy. I can't believe it. I'm so excited that this is the next book. Can't wait. But I'm literally about to go out, and we'll be out for probably most of the evening and won't be back till late. I'm so intrigued to see how this wraps up, but yeah, I can't believe this is what came next. I genuinely can't believe it. What are the chances? What are the chances? Okay, I'll catch up with you when I've started this. So guys, I finished the final Gambit maybe like 5 days ago. It's been a while. I have been in such a slump in terms of reading, watching booktube, creating booktube, anything bookish basically. I've been a bit of a slump with it. Like I have actually got like 3 videos like filmed from like August. I just not had the motivation to edit them. This vlog has gone on for 2 weeks to read 2 books. I was gonna do 3 books in 1 week, but I did give this 5 stars. I just loved how it came together and how we know that, well, obviously I know because like they're published already, but how there's so much opportunity to expand on the universe by the time you finish the original trilogy. So yeah, I'm so glad I read it, and I'm so glad the jar picked it out because I wanted to read it anyway. Definitely I'm looking forward to continuing the series. But yeah, when I actually sat down and read this, I read it quite quickly. It was just like finding the motivation to sit down and read it. And then obviously I finished it like 5 days ago, so I haven't really updated you much. But yeah, I really liked how the relationships developed with the brothers, with her friends, with her sister. Yeah, I had to pause at one point, probably about like that far in maybe. I had to pause. I literally drew out in front of me a family map because I didn't want to Google one, because if you've read the like main trilogy, you'll know that like family connections get revealed throughout, so I didn't want to Google one in case I got spoiled for any more like connections. So I just sat and like drew out a full family tree. Actually, I'm gonna go get it. It's literally in my daily planner for the day, because that was all I had near me from the 22nd. So that was 7 days ago. But yeah, I did like a whole family tree with like, I won't put it too close for spoilers, but like I had everyone's connections, and I kept like referring to that just because it did get like kind of complicated, not complicated in the sense that I didn't understand it, but just like I would just be like, wait, that just got revealed, so I'll add that on, just so it was just in front of me while I read. But yeah, I gave it 5 stars. So far a fairly successful vlog, I would say. We're going to pick one more book from my tbr-mageddon jar and see what we're going to be reading next. I'm kind of nervous because I am in this kind of like mini slump thing, so I don't want to pick anything that's going to further that slump. Let's give it a good old rummage first, like give it a good old mix up. Okay, this is the book I'm going to be reading. Oh, okay, so this says The Man Who Died Twice, which is the second Richard Osman Thursday Murder Club book. However, I do have the audiobook on reservation and it comes in like 2 weeks. So I'm going to pass on that one purely because I'm waiting for the audiobook reservation. But if the audiobook reservation had come in early, 100% I'd be there. That would be such a good one to pick. Let's go for this one. I've read that. I thought I'd filtered all the red ones out. Let's try again. Let's go for this one. Interesting. Okay, I've been considering unhauling this book, so let me go grab it. It is The Places I've Cried in Public by Holly Bourne. My friend said it was really good and he recommended it to me a couple of years ago when I did my 12 from 12 that I never actually finished. So I got this, I think when it came out, which is a long time ago. It's one of the oldest books on my TBR. 2019. Okay, I thought it was older than that. Still, that's 6 years. Oh, this could be a bit deep. This could be deep. It says, it looked like love, it felt like love, but this isn't a love story. Amelie fell hard for Reese, and she thought he loved her too. But she's starting to realise that real love isn't supposed to hurt like this. So now she's retracing their story, revisiting all the places he made her cry. Because if she works out what went wrong, perhaps she can finally learn how to get over him. It does say in the beginning, it's a work of fiction, but it deals with many real issues, including controlling behaviour and sexual harassment. Well, this might hit closer to home than I was expecting. Hey ho, let's go for it. Why not? We'll see how this goes. It shouldn't take too long. It is a YA. I think it's a YA. We'll see. The font's bigger than the last few books I've read, so hopefully it won't take too long to read. And yeah, I might actually try and update you throughout reading this. I'm kind of scared now to read this. Okay, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So it has been quite a while since I've spoken to you. I feel like this has been one of the worst vlogs I've ever done. In case you can't tell from my voice, I have been rather ill this week. So last weekend I started The Places I've Cried in Public. I read about 60 pages last weekend, and then I didn't read anything all week, and then I got ill and I still didn't read anything. I decided to pick it up on Friday, try and read a bit, and I just decided to DNF and let this book go out in the world to someone who needs it more than me. I entirely wish I read this when it came out and when I bought it. It's been sat on my shelves for like 6 years, since 2019 when it came out, and if I had read this in 2019 it would have been helpful for me, I think. Looking back now, this has been one of the more triggering books I've ever read. Books don't tend to trigger me in any way, but this one sort of did. It didn't necessarily trigger me, it just started conversations with some friends about a situation I was in previously. And I think just the fact that I'm drifting away from young adult writing, just young adult books in general, I think it's just the time to call it quits and give up on young adult, I think. So I have loads of young adult on my shelf still that I might still try, but I'm just scared going into young adult, like romances and contemporaries now. I just feel like the writing, it just isn't for me anymore. I just wanted to say that I don't think it's a bad book. I didn't DNF it because I wasn't enjoying it or because it was bad. For me, I've just picked this up at the wrong time in my life, and I should have picked it up when I bought it 6 years ago. So that's what I just wanted to say about this book. I did try, it hit a little too close to home at points, and I just decided it's not for me. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts and feelings on Places I Cried in Public by Holly Bourne. I would recommend it, just please check like trigger warnings. It's quite a deep and hard-hitting book. So there we go. So that brings us to the end of this first tbr-mageddon reading vlog. I enjoyed it. It may or may not have taken me like 3 weeks to film. I've just been in such a slump recently, life-wise, reading-wise, booktube-wise, hence why I haven't been churning out videos as much. And just with being ill as well as last week, it's really kind of been a stumbling block, because I have not felt that ill in years since I had like COVID the first time. So yeah. But on that note, I will leave you there. Thank you so much for watching. I'll definitely be doing more tbr-mageddon videos again in the future, and I'm hoping to start getting back on track with my filming and that. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and please give it a like if you enjoyed it. I know it was a rubbish video, but please subscribe if you're new around here, because I really do appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm hoping to get back into a regular filming routine, and I'll see you soon with a brand new video. Bye!